This journey begins with a deep sense of compassion and understanding for the struggles faced by many individuals who have been forced to live without a permanent home. In every street and alleyway in Florida, there are untold stories of hope, resilience, and heartbreak that remind us of our shared humanity. We are drawn into a world where every face tells a story and every moment is a silent cry for help, one that touches our hearts and makes us reflect on the true meaning of community and empathy. Before we dive into this King Lady documentary exploration, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel King Lady Documentary to stay connected with inspiring stories and travel adventures that reveal the hidden corners of our world. I invite you to join my channel where every comment helps raise awareness and every like spreads hope to those in need. Florida is known for its sunny beaches, vibrant culture, and diverse communities. Yet behind the facade of a tourist paradise lies a harsh reality that many residents face daily. The state is home to a significant number of individuals living on the streets, people whose struggles often go unnoticed and whose lives are marked by uncertainty and vulnerability. Florida offers endless opportunities for exploration. From its famous theme parks to the natural beauty of its coastlines and Everglades, it is a place where the warm climate invites visitors and locals alike to embrace life outdoors. However, amidst this abundance of sunshine and activity, there is a growing crisis of homelessness that affects communities in both urban and rural areas. The plight of the homeless in Florida stands in stark contrast to the luxurious resorts and bustling tourist attractions that most people associate with the state. It calls on us to look deeper at the issues of economic disparity and social injustice. A historical context of homelessness in Florida. The roots of homelessness in Florida can be traced back to decades of economic challenges, shifts in industry, and changes in public policy that left many vulnerable individuals without a safety net. Economic recessions and natural disasters have only deepened the struggles faced by those without stable housing. It is important to acknowledge that many of these individuals have experienced repeated setbacks and personal tragedies that have led them to the fringes of society. This documentary seeks to shed light on their lives and bring forth the stories that are rarely told by mainstream media. Economic and social factors in Florida. The interplay between rising living costs, limited affordable housing options, and fluctuating job markets has created an environment where homelessness can easily take root. Urban areas like Miami and Tampa are often at the center of these challenges, where the gap between the rich and the poor is particularly wide. Those who find themselves without a home are often the result of a system that has failed to provide equal opportunities and access to essential services. Economic disparities force many to live in precarious conditions with limited access to health care, education, and other vital resources that most citizens take for granted. The impact of natural disasters. Florida is no stranger to natural disasters such as hurricanes and floods, which exacerbate the problem of homelessness. Many residents lose their homes overnight and are forced to seek temporary shelter in overcrowded facilities or on the streets. This vulnerability to nature's forces further compounds the difficulties faced by the homeless population and makes recovery a daunting task. The challenge is not only rebuilding physical homes, but also restoring a sense of security and dignity. This documentary highlights how these events serve as both a catalyst for change and a reminder of the fragile balance between nature and human society. Community initiatives and support systems. Despite the challenges faced by Florida's homeless, numerous community initiatives and support programs provide assistance and hope. Many local organizations work tirelessly to offer shelter, food, and counseling to those in need. Grassroots movements and volunteer efforts serve as a beacon of light for those navigating the dark corridors of homelessness. In the midst of despair, there are stories of kindness and generosity that remind us that even in the harshest circumstances, the human spirit can prevail. Through collaborative efforts and innovative approaches, these organizations strive to create a more equitable society where everyone has a chance at rebuilding their lives. Walking through the streets of cities like Orlando and Jacksonville, one cannot help but notice the stark contrast between the tourist attractions and the hidden pockets of homelessness. Many individuals are forced to live in makeshift shelters, abandoned buildings, parks, or under bridges. Their daily lives are marked by constant uncertainty and the need to find creative ways to survive under difficult conditions. This documentary takes us into the heart of these communities where every day is a battle for survival and dignity. The resilience and strength of these individuals in the face of adversity remind us that every human being deserves compassion and respect. Shifting our focus to the West Coast, we examine homelessness in Los Angeles, a city synonymous with urban poverty and social disparity. While Florida grapples with economic downturns and natural disasters, Los Angeles faces its own unique set of challenges driven by skyrocketing housing costs and a persistent housing crisis. The homeless in Los Angeles often live in sprawling encampments across public parks, highways, and abandoned lots. The struggle for stability in a city of dreams turns into a nightmare for many who find themselves caught in a cycle of displacement and despair. The urban landscape of Los Angeles. Los Angeles is a city of contrasts, where glitz and glamour exist alongside extreme poverty and hardship. The vibrant entertainment industry and prosperous neighborhoods mask a harsh reality for the thousands living on the streets. Economic disparity in Los Angeles is further intensified by the soaring cost of living, leaving little room for those struggling to find affordable housing. The homeless population in this city is both diverse and resilient, yet the systemic issues contributing to their plight remain largely unresolved. This King Lady documentary seeks to bridge the gap between the glamorous image of Los Angeles and the everyday struggles faced by its most vulnerable residents. Social challenges and public policy in Los Angeles. The policies implemented in Los Angeles to address homelessness have been a subject of intense debate. Efforts to provide temporary shelters and affordable housing have met mixed results as the scale of the problem continues to grow. Inadequate funding and bureaucratic red tape often hinder meaningful progress, while community outreach programs strive to create a more inclusive environment for those in need. The city remains at a crossroads where innovative solutions are urgently required to address both the symptoms and root causes of homelessness. This King Lady documentary is an attempt to understand the complex interplay of politics and human struggle that defines the landscape of homelessness in Los Angeles. Would you like to see more efforts from local governments to support these vulnerable communities? Moving further east to New York, we encounter another urban epicenter where homelessness has reached alarming levels. In the sprawling metropolis of New York City, the struggle for a safe and stable home is a daily battle for many. The challenges faced by the homeless in New York are multifaceted and deeply intertwined with issues of mental health, addiction, and systemic inequality. As we continue this exploration, we invite you to engage with this journey, reflect on these realities, and be part of the conversation that advocates for a more compassionate world. In this section, we compare the experiences of the homeless in New York, Florida, and Los Angeles to understand how location and local policies impact their quality of life. New York City is often celebrated as a global hub of culture and commerce. Yet beneath the glittering skyline lies a community that is often forgotten. The homeless in New York must navigate a maze of crowded streets and limited resources. Many individuals are forced to sleep in doorways or seek refuge in shelters that are overwhelmed by demand. The constant hustle and bustle of the city can be both energizing and overwhelming for those struggling to survive. The narrative of homelessness in New York is one of resilience in the face of tremendous odds and serves as a stark reminder of the gaps in our social safety nets. The role of public services in New York. New York City has implemented various programs aimed at providing relief and support to its homeless population. From emergency shelters to outreach initiatives offering mental health services and job training, the city is constantly seeking ways to address the crisis. However, the sheer scale of the problem often means that these efforts fall short of meeting the needs of every affected individual. policies in New York are continually evolving in response to feedback from community advocates and the realities on the ground. This King Lady documentary not only chronicles these efforts, but also invites viewers to question whether more can be done to create lasting change in one of the world's most iconic cities. Impact of local culture and environment. One of the key differences between the homeless populations in Florida, Los Angeles, and New York lies in the local culture and environment of each region. In Florida, the warm climate and natural landscapes offer both challenges and opportunities for those living on the streets. Meanwhile, the homeless in Los Angeles contend with the pressures of a sprawling urban environment and soaring real estate prices. In contrast, homelessness in New York is shaped by the city's fast pace and dense population. Each region presents its own set of obstacles, compounded by local economic conditions, social dynamics, and public policies. This King Lady documentary explores these unique circumstances, emphasizing the importance of tailored solutions that address regional challenges. Would you not agree that understanding local context is key to creating effective social policies? Innovative solutions and future prospects. Across all three regions, there is a growing consensus that innovative solutions are needed to address homelessness. The experiences in Florida, Los Angeles, and New York demonstrate that a one-size-fits-all approach is insufficient in tackling the complex needs of vulnerable populations. Collaborative efforts between government agencies, community organizations, and private enterprises are being explored as potential ways to provide more sustainable support. The introduction of modular housing units, community centers, and job training programs are just some initiatives that have shown promise in pilot programs across the country. This King Lady documentary series aims to highlight these success stories while acknowledging the long road ahead in achieving systemic change. The future of homelessness intervention may lie in collaborative efforts that focus on empathy, technology, and community engagement. Education and awareness are powerful tools in the fight against homelessness. In all three regions, public campaigns and educational programs have been launched to bridge the gap between the general public and the homeless community. These initiatives aim to dispel stereotypes and encourage a more informed, compassionate response to the crisis by sharing personal stories and providing a platform for voices that are often unheard. Such campaigns have the potential to shift public opinion and inspire action. This King Lady documentary not only seeks to document these struggles, but also to educate viewers about the broader social and economic factors contributing to homelessness, empowering them to make a difference. This journey through the diverse landscapes of homelessness in Florida, Los Angeles, and New York reveals both common challenges and unique regional differences. In Florida, natural disasters and economic disparities create a distinct environment for the homeless. In Los Angeles, the high cost of living and urban sprawl intensify the struggle. Meanwhile, in New York, the relentless pace and dense population further complicate the battle for stability. Despite these differences, the underlying themes of resilience, community, and the need for innovative solutions remain constant throughout this documentary. The hope is that by understanding these complexities, we can pave the way for meaningful change that benefits all communities. Comparing the experiences of homelessness in Florida, Los Angeles, and New York allows us to, better understand how local factors influence the challenges and opportunities faced by individuals in need. Homelessness is not confined to one location. It's honestly a national crisis that demands both local and nationwide attention. By exchanging ideas and best practices, these regions can develop more effective strategies to combat the issue. This King Lady documentary underscores the importance of a united effort to support those left behind by a rapidly changing society and to build communities that leave no one behind. Throughout our exploration, we've met many individuals whose personal stories of struggle and triumph serve as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Despite the harsh realities of life on the streets, they display this like unwavering determination to overcome adversity. Their journeys are filled with moments of profound sadness as well as unexpected acts of kindness and hope. It's through these personal narratives that we're reminded of the potential for change when communities come together to support one another. This King Lady documentary seeks to honor these voices and celebrate the small victories that often go unnoticed in the larger narrative of homelessness. Final thoughts and reflections. The issue of homelessness is multifaceted and complex, shaped by economic challenges, environmental factors, social dynamics, and public policy. In Florida, the challenges are deeply intertwined with the state's vulnerability to natural disasters and economic shifts. Meanwhile, Los Angeles and New York face their own distinct urban struggles. Despite these differences, the comparison between these regions highlights a crucial truth. While external circumstances may vary, the underlying human experiences of loss, hope, and resilience remain remarkably similar. Through this King Lady documentary, we have aimed to give a voice to those who are too often forgotten, inspiring viewers to look beyond the surface and recognize the profound humanity in every corner of our society. So, the insights gathered from this exploration make it clear that addressing homelessness requires a collective effort that extends beyond individual communities. It calls for a reevaluation of social policies, reinvestment in public services, and a renewed commitment to building inclusive communities. The stories we have encountered in Florida, Los Angeles, and New York remind us that behind every statistic is a human being with untapped potential. We must ask ourselves, how can we contribute to a society that values empathy and action over indifference? This King Lady documentary invites us all to be part of the change by taking tangible steps to support those in need and advocating for a more just and equitable society. We thank you for joining us on this emotional and eye-opening journey through the lives of the homeless in Florida, Los Angeles, and New York. This King Lady documentary is not just a story of despair, but also a celebration of the human spirit that perseveres against all odds. Your engagement in this dialogue is a crucial part of creating meaningful change. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to King Lady Documentary, and share your thoughts on how we can collectively work toward a better future for all. In a world where every story matters, let us use our voices to shine a light on the hidden struggles and triumphs of those who have been overlooked for far too long. As we close, we invite you to reflect on the lessons learned from this journey and consider how you can make a difference in your community. The challenges of homelessness are vast and varied, but the potential for positive change lies in our willingness to listen to the stories of those experiencing it. This King Lady documentary is a call to action, a reminder that every individual deserves dignity, compassion, and the opportunity to rebuild their lives. Despite the hardships faced by the homeless across Florida, Los Angeles, and New York, hope exists in every act of kindness and every gesture of solidarity. We encourage you to carry this message forward and be part of the solution, transforming hardship into hope and despair into determination. Thank you for watching and for being a part of our journey through the heart of homelessness in America.